Yeah, we'll be going through pretty much the end game gear of my Whirlwind build. Managed to reach a lot more damage than in the last one. So yeah, I will try to explain this as good as I can, but as you can see the damage is pretty crazy. I would say around 600 mil, but it's hard to check because they removed the unlimited bot like damage you can do, but I would say around 6 to 900 mil. I can't really estimate how much though, sadly, anymore. Let's do a map on T8. It's a random roll one, not too bad. It's pretty smooth. Go pretty fast, we have insane attack speed, we're sitting at, let's see here, 19%, 19.21. So this, we have insane attack speed. Completely off the fucking rails. Yeah, let's go here. It's stuck a lot with the leap slam on the walls, but can't really do anything about that, of course. Leap slam is pretty much the best movement skill. It has some back sets, of course, the walls and stuff. But yeah, we have good AoE, pretty good attack speed, 3.6k life. Well, we are reserved. Yeah, bossing has come pretty easily. Only thing I couldn't manage to kill is Uber Keegan, but I found a way I think you can do it. It's which I will show you later with a warcry. Um, that gives you a lot more damage, so you will probably have an easier time doing him if you have similar gear to mine. But yeah, it's gone pretty smooth, you know, in a T8, no problem. You can add 120 like degree to it. It doesn't make that much of a difference if you're sitting at this damage. Should be pretty fucking smooth. Yeah, it's been a very good build to me. Done Uber Traveler, see we're melting the boss. And yeah, pretty much done everything with the build apart from Uber Keegan. Couldn't get that one down. Yeah, that is pretty much as good as it gets. I'm gonna go over the gear, pretty much more detailed information. So we go for the budget and the high options. Let's start off with the weapons, I suppose. These ones are not, you should have seen a lot of these by now if you're playing Whirlwind, if you don't already have one. But you pretty much start off crafting strength, and then you fill out the suffixes. I will go for attack speed first, and then probably gear crit or crit damage, depending on. You want crit damage on one and a gear attack on one, in my opinion. You definitely need a gear attack on one though, but you can go for crit on both, doesn't matter. When you're done with the suffixes, you craft any tier of fizz, it doesn't matter. Because this mod here from the Ruling Ember, it overwrites the normal fizz mod you get from, let's see, you get from here, yeah. You can just craft any tier of this, doesn't matter what you get, because this one overwrites it when you craft this. So yeah, then you just craft a gear fizz, or if you get the strength first, you keep that, but if you get this first, it's best, I would say, because this one isn't as hard to roll. After that, you go into Amplified, craft any gear fizz, and then you start using Omnius for this high tier gear fizz. And that's pretty much it. It can cost a bit to craft them, but yeah, they give you a lot of damage. A lot. Next up is the helmet. You definitely don't need this base. If you can afford it though, it's nice because plus 1 melee skill level gives you a lot of like damages from the implicit, which is good. But you can just craft this on any helmet. I mainly went for erosion risk because I don't really need any under res on it. Went for skill area and crit damage. I'm pretty sure I crafted out the suffixes first here. And then I went for prefixes if I'm not completely wrong. That might be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure I did that. Like, this was a while ago I crafted this item, so. This chest is pretty crazy. I removed the implicit, which was you gain a agility blessing, but it's not that bad. We got +1 max res, and yeah, it's a standard shit. I would really recommend you to get regen on your chest because it gives you a lot of regen from the chest. So this stat I would get T1. You don't need this chest either. You can do it on any chest. If you want to do remove the skill area or attack speed for percent strength, you can do that on any other chest, you know, that's strength based. That probably is also good. I personally went with this one, and yeah, started with the Elris I think, and filled out the other suffixes. I think I went for attack speed second and then skill area. Fill out the prefixes, crafted like Fizz or something from the 6th mod, and then I just yeah omniased it till I got +2 active. Not that hard. The gloves. Okay, the gloves, go for strength first. I always go for strength first because I think it's it's very hard to roll strength in my opinion. It's very yeah, compared to other ones, strength is really hard to roll. Could have gone for T1 erosion res here, but I didn't have the money for the time. I think get lightning res. This 2% life regain is very nice as an implicit for gloves. I like these gloves more than any other ones, I would say, because you get good life regain from the implicit, even more than you already have. And yeah, then just I think I crossed attack fizz first, and then I went for fizz conversion. Yeah, that's what I did. Because you need 4 mods before you can go for this. So I crafted the attack fizz first because it's harder to get than max life, and then I went for fizz or fizz to fire, and then max life last. That's pretty much it. This amulet is finished. Why I have 14 melee damage is because when I got the +2 active skill levels, it removed the melee damage, which was quite unlucky. Um, so yeah, I just got any tier of melee damage because it costs 20 FE per pop, so it's kind of expensive. But yeah, this one we started with strength. Then we went for the prefixes. We went for increased fizz and max life. That's optimally what you want. T1 fizz here and max life. And yeah, then we just crafted. What did I do? I just crafted any. Yeah, we just crafted like a stat stick fucking prefix. The third one was just like life rig, any tier. Like it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you craft life rig or whatever. It's just something that will get removed later. That we did so we can get the 4th stat. So we can start crafting with rulings to get the or no the other one technique, yeah. So we started crafting with technique so we can get channeled energy because this mod is very hard to get. Always pick up the channeled energy before all stats, I would say, if you are going for one of these amulets. This amulet gave me insane damage, absolutely crazy damage. This amulet gave me, I think about 150 mil or something. Here you could actually make better boots, but since I got the corrosion on the erosion res, I kind of want to keep them. But what I would do here instead is probably remove the ele damage to get let's see here, to roll it for fizz damage as added as fire. This will give you a lot of damage. So yeah, I would definitely do that instead. I did not check that boots had this before I rolled these, so I just went like, yeah, fuck it. I already got the corrosion on erosion res, so we are pretty stacked in our resistance. We have 57 corrosion, which is pretty okay. It's not good, it's not too bad. But yeah, this one I started with suffixes, went for the prefixes, and yeah, not too hard I would say. Probably go for the ele damage, then get any of the life mods. Straightforward. This belt is not mandatory. You can go for like an eternal sum before this. This gives you a lot of survivability, like insane regen. You still get some strength, some fizz, not too bad, shouldn't cost too much. But if you can afford this one, you get +1 channeled energy here. And the reason I went for this one, it doesn't have life, it doesn't have res or anything, is because like these stats here, barrier damage absorption and additional damage taken on low mana, gives us a lot of defense actually, because we use barrier. This doubles the barrier effect. And we're also always on low mana since we're reserving a lot of auras. So we take 12% addition, like -12% additional damage taken, which is crazy. Paired with this, we get a lot of fizz, and then we get this 3 damage per stack of any blessing, which is crazy, since we get all of our blessings from this ring. We have +1 tenacity, so we get 5, 4, 4, which brings us up to 13. Pretty sure. Yeah, 13. So that's 3 times 13. Not too bad. Gives us almost 40% more damage. And yeah, we can go for this ring. Okay, so this ring, I started with strength, and I needed a 5 rest, that's why I started with that. You can start with the prefixes, or you can roll any other rest you want on this. That's personal preference. I mainly needed the 5 rest, that's why I went for that. You don't need this corrosion either, I just got lucky. But yeah, start with strength, then go for res or whatever else you need. Keep one suffix open. Go for fizz added attack. Instead of this, I would probably go for something like, instead of the fire, flat fire, I would probably go for something like this instead. Let me find the ring here. This one, yeah. Fizz as extra fire, or fire, cold, and lightning. This one will probably give you more damage overall. So go for the stat instead as your third stat, or your second on the prefixes. It will probably give you more damage. But yeah, I just craft melee damage. Get it to 6 stat. This is restless mod. The crit damage. So I crafted for crit damage until I got it. This gives you really good crit damage for a ring. It's insane. 60 crit damage on a ring is crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Can't really calculate the DPS anymore, but yeah, you can see here. It's pretty much almost less than a second. Now I didn't have Ball's Rage up even. Still less than a second, so it's hard to count out, but yeah, we definitely have way over like 500 mil. I would say, like I said, between 6 and 900. And yeah, we can go for hero traits. For my burst, I went with Hardened and Mark. These are the ones I found most success with, I would say. Gives me most damage. And we went for Anger, Frenzy Furious, Rampaging, Boiling Anger, and Reverberation. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Then for the talent tree, I have changed a bit since the last video too. But I'll go over the skill tree again. We just go here, get the attack damage. Pretty straightforward. Attack damage. This. Pick up this as early as you can. Because this -10 attack skill cost gets you really easy leveling. So you want to pick this up ASAP when you're leveling. And probably for endgame too, because it gives you a lot of... yeah, it makes you not like cost any mana when you're whirlwinding, which is very nice. Pick up some crit. Attack damage. Strength. 3% increased strength. No chance to double damage by 100 strength. We get a lot of strength, so I get like 9, yeah, I get 9% double damage per strength right now. Additional weapon damage and a weapon attack speed. This is crazy. You want to get these two for sure. These will boost your damage by a lot. Then I went for some life rig here because it's pretty good life regen from these nodes and also max life. For the hero traits, I went for burnout. yeah, we pretty much get 30% additional fire damage. They gain 25% fire res, but that doesn't really matter because we get yeah, here damage ignores fire res, so it's pretty much zero to us, so it doesn't matter. So we don't get any downside from getting this. So it gives you pretty much 30% more fire damage, which is a lot. After that, I went into Warlord, and you need 1 point here, I'm pretty sure, at least. I went for the little bit more tanky route and got more max life, some more attack speed, some more max life, regen, crit damage. Then I went for aura effect here too. This gives you a lot of damage getting this 15% aura effect. It's very nice. I would definitely recommend getting this if you feel like you're lacking damage. Yeah, fire damage. Here you get your fire conversion. Um, to get 100% fire conversion with the gloves and this. So this is mandatory if you're not using a weapon with fire conversion, but I would not recommend that because those weapons aren't too good. Get some more strength. Fire damage per 50 strength gives us a lot of damage. Very good node. Get some AoE damage, double damage, even more. And weaken enemies. Weaken makes them so they deal 10% reduced damage to you. So that is very nice for tankiness. I went for sweep. It's pretty much the only one here I would say that is good. We get more double damage here. Skill radius for clear. It's pretty good. Um, this one is the best here. I would never say you have enough damage, but if you want to do this for clear, you could do true flame for clear for sure. But I would always recommend going for focus blow. It's the best one, in my opinion, for sure. After that, we went into ranger, and we started off getting some crit damage, do some damage. Since we're always nearby to enemies, we pick this up, get even more damage. Crit damage, attack speed, pretty simple shit. Movement speed, attack speed, max life, life regain. Pick up this Elris here, because be a little bit stoked on Elris early. You don't have perfect gear, I would say. I still have it. I could probably respec out of this now, but yeah, I still kept it. Then we go here first into crit damage. No, we go down here first, actually. Never mind. Don't ignore this. We go to melee damage here. Crit strike rating per nearby enemy. And then we get fervor here. And fervor is really nice because this gives us a lot of crit. So this one you definitely want to pick up. That will pretty much boost your crit immensely. Then I think I went for this to get the crit strike. Eliminates under 8 life. That node is very nice to have. If you don't have it on any other piece, of course, then this doesn't give you anything. I would still go for the crit damage node here though, because it's 40 crit damage. So yeah, but spec into this if you don't have any other way of calling, I would say. Then I went for the top side here now for last. I got the fervor effect and crit damage for fervor. For this, if you have bad crit, I would say you go for this early, because this could boost your crit very much. If you have good crit, you don't really need to play with this anymore. Then you go for the 20% additional melee damage. This you have to look up yourself. You kind of see the numbers when you're doing on your bot, like here. You kind of see your damage numbers here. See, I crit like most of the times. You see, there's barely any white text. If you have a lot of white text, then yes, you will need to go for Fluke instead, or else this actually loses you damage. So yeah, that's pretty much the skill tree. Pretty simple. For the skill tree, this is what I'm using. This is what have given me the most damage. And we use guard. This gives us a barrier, which we talked about like sympathize with the belt a lot with the barrier damage observation. Pretty much increase the effect of that by 100% almost, which is crazy. And yeah, your shell preparation. We'll go shell preparation, guard, attack focus, precision strike, and then bloodthirsty for the 6 link. Um, that's the way I would go it, for sure. Compound potion is residues, berserk, and armor infusion. This one is not mandatory if you have the armor infusion is not mandatory if you want to like get movement first here, or you want to like spec out any of these other ones. You can do that. The armor infusion is nice though, for sure. It gives you quite a lot of armor. I would recommend picking up berserk, gives you more crit, and yeah, you could also use life source when you're mapping. This one gives you more damage, and yeah, it charges faster when you defeat 10 enemies. So yeah, you could definitely use that too. For leap attack, we went with quick mobility and periodic burst. Periodic burst gives you a buff that lasts, so this buff lasts for your whirlwind too. So you get this attack speed for your whirlwind too, which is very nice. Then I just went with hardened. It's nice to get this, and it also gives you damage for your leap attack. I'm mainly even clear with this when I clear the maps because it deals so much damage. I don't even need to use my cyclone for the normal map clear. In T7s, in T8s it's a bit harder, but yeah. For the Bull's Rage, now I have +4 active levels, so I get a lot of damage from this. You want to go for Death Will first, because this pretty much negates Bull's Rage, gives you like a lot of, yeah, the skill costs life instead of mana. So if we would take this off, you'd see where life would drop like immensely. So you really want to go for Death's Will. So when you install this, you can see, let's just wait for it to remove, and you can see we just degen life slowly instead. You see? Big difference. So yeah, you definitely want to go for Death Will. I went for Soul Focus, Ascend Duration, and cooldown reduction because I want to have this up 100% of the time, if possible. So yeah, that's pretty much how I went for this. This Bloodthirst is linked to Mania, Mass Effect, and cost conversion. For bosses, uh, I'm gonna show you a different stat when I've showed you everything else. Um, so this I actually picked up yesterday, I think. Yeah. We put in Precise Fearless, Acuteness Imbue, Precise Charge Flames, Status 1, and Restrain. You need the Restrain to run these 3 auras, but this will boost your damage immensely. If you're only running 2 auras now, this will give you a lot of damage. This also gives us a lot of crit, and yeah, this one pretty much gives us strength. Attack Fizz, we convert it to fire, and this one gives me the most damage what I could see. This one gives us 27% more fire damage. Status 1, I would really recommend getting this if you have extra currency for it, because this doesn't cost any extra mana. It gives you 7% aura effect pretty much. So that one is very good. Pick that one up for sure. But you will need Restrain. So if you don't have the sockets link for this, or the energy for it, just pick up Restrain and put it where I have my Status 1. And you can skip that slot until you have the energy for it. Okay. Cast on crit, I use Fixate, Scourge with Seal Conversion, Abysmal Hatred. I put this in because the curse effect from this increases the effect of the Scourge. And we use it with Cast on crit, so they're always up. Pretty basic. Nothing much here. Then I use these because I have flat auras for my Seal Conversion. I would recommend getting Precise Rejuvenation and Precise Steadfast because they give you, yeah, this is like 10% life restoration speed, and this is 3% additional armor. So I would definitely recommend getting these. They also give you a lot of life rig and everything, so they are very good. Okay, so for the bossing, if you're struggling with any boss, I would recommend you do this. You could obviously get these gems at level 20, but I'm just going to show you what I would do. You would go Powerful Warcry, and you would go Lioness Roar. Okay, so now we're missing out on the Bloodthirst, but we actually don't, because we changed Abysmal Hatred and we put in Bloodthirst into our cast on Crit Link instead. So now we have Bloodthirst here, and we also have a Warcry. This one gives you steep strike skill damage. You would definitely want this as higher level, but this will give you a lot of damage. Keep in mind, you will have to stand still to cast the Warcry, and that can be a bit annoying, but you can see here, like it ramps up a lot faster, and the endgame damage I would say is around 900 mil to 1 billion if you use this for a boss. See here, it ramps up really quick. So yeah, that's an optional for bossing. I would still go for Bloodthirst Link when playing just normally, just mapping. I would definitely go for the normal Bloodthirst Link instead. That is optimal for it, I would say. But for bossing, you could definitely try that out, see if you have success with it. But yeah, that is pretty much it. You can go follow me on my Twitch at twitch.tv/sappylol. I will link my Twitch down below. I really hope you enjoyed this build guide, and I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you can improve your character with it. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can either type to me on YouTube or on Twitch, and I will answer them as fast as I can. Try to stream every day on Twitch. I've been active for 28 days in a row now, so I do not intend to stop that. But yeah, I appreciate you watching the video. Take care, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this build. Have a great night.